All can hear me because I had the camera a little bit further back right now because I don't need it like super close to me because I'm wearing these glasses. Um, hmm, maybe I should. Nah. All right, so let's get started, guys. My name's Adam. If you guys don't know, I run this little channel here called Real Home Recording, and I want to say thank you all for getting this channel to 25,000 subscribers. Maybe that's what I should have titled the video, but I don't know. To me, I'm kind of like I'm kind of past that point. Like it just took forever to get to 25, so I'm just like, okay, got the 25, great. Here's the thing. I do appreciate everybody who watches these videos, absolutely. Um, but I I think I've failed as a creator to make videos that just aren't that interesting, and it's a part laziness, part just like wanting to get the video done and out, and unfortunately that's not how things go anymore. So my plans for the immediate future for this channel, number one, I have opened up the inbox. If you go on the about part of this channel, the business email is back. So I am accepting that, and actually I got a request from a company. I will be checking out their plugin soon, um, possibly as soon as tomorrow. Maybe. I mean, I would hate to just jump in and start using plugins that I don't know how to, because that's not good for either party. So I'll probably push the videos aiming more for Thursday. Here's the thing. This is what's taking up a good amount of my time. I actually did start. I don't want to call it a day job, but it's something in addition to what I've been doing with media production. Something a little bit more stable, something a little bit more every day if I want it to be. Um, Unfortunately, that just I'm not going to do that forever, for various reasons. Biggest reason is it simply just doesn't pay the bills. But it's something that I at least like to experience just to kind of get it out of my system and say I've done that. Like, check off the bucket list in a way. Plus, I'm helping a friend out. So, all right, let's see. So this broadcast is about solving problems. And I was thinking about it. I was thinking about what am I going to talk about for today's stream. And all I can think about is the problems in my own life. My number one problem, actually, if you guys remember, I can't remember I think it was 2018. I did a video talking about, I thought my appendix was messed up or something like that. And it turned out to just be that I think I had a muscle pull in the lower right part of my body. So like this way. So if you're looking at me on my left side, um, the problem there is more than likely it was related to me getting fatter, and I didn't at that point change what I ate. I did start exercising more, but anyway, over this past year, I've started developing issues, and I didn't get tested for what these were. I put it off partly because of what's going on with um how do I say this without YouTube killing me? Um I'll just say the illness. So the illness that is going around these days. Um Not that I was scared to go to a hospital because I ended up going to one in June. Um but it was kind of just like, I'll put it off and maybe it eventually go away. I actually thought maybe it was another muscle pull. I honestly thought that's what it was, but no. It's something that's started to affect me. And anyway, I'm here to say number one, we are being poisoned by the stuff that they sell us. I mean, I'm not saying that this is just one of the things. Okay, now I would say a Crunch bar it's, let's see, 35% saturated fat. That's not too good. 24 grams of added sugar. Now, I'm sorry, 20, yeah, 20, wait a minute. Okay, 22 grams of added sugar, 24 total grams. But you got to understand, a lot of people, they drink soda, and even if it's diet soda, guess what? You're still getting caffeine. There's so much wrong with the American diet, and I'm sorry if there's people outside of the United States watching this, because they're probably laughing at me for even saying this stuff, but the American diet, because the government has not regulated what they can and cannot put into the foods, to an extent. I mean, there's obviously some regulations, but they're not as strict as our European brothers and sisters. Um, Number one, I think that there's way too much sugar. I think that there's way too much sodium in the American diet. It's very difficult to eat right. But I figured out how to. I basically figured out what I needed to do to, number one, counteract whatever the hell's going on with me, because I still don't know for sure what is going on with my body. I'm still alive a year later. That's when the problems started. They started in the, I'm gonna say, beginning of March 2020. Um, and like I said, I just put it off because, number one, it really wasn't causing me that serious of an issue until, I would say, end of May, June, somewhere around there is when I started having more issues. But anyway, I should have got stuff taken care of in July, and I didn't. I didn't get any tests done. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure it's not cancer, because they probably would have told me by now if it was. I'm pretty sure it's nothing like, it's nothing to do with any major organs of my body per se. For example, I thought maybe I had a gallbladder issue. As far as I know, I don't. They did a, what's called a, the heck's it called, ultrasound. They like put, just like when they put an ultrasound on a woman to check out where the baby, how the baby's looking. They put this little, kind of looks like a hand scanner, like a thing at a retail shop, like a cash register scanner. They put that on, at first they like put this like slippery stuff on you. I don't know what it's called, some kind of solution, lubricant or something. I don't know what it is, but they put that on you. It's kind of like a light green color or something, maybe blue. So they put that on you, and then they like put it up to all your different areas of your body. And so they checked me out on all these different things. So no issue with my liver, no issue with at least what they could see. No issue with the pancreas. My heart is good. My lungs are good. Um, but I'm not 100%. I haven't been 100%. Oh God, I'm gonna say since like 2017. But that was for other issues. But yeah, I have not felt good since yeah, for about, I would say 2017. Anyway, that's why I want to say, guys, look, first of all, if you're eating bad foods, if you're eating a lot of fast food, if you're eating, they used to call them TV dinners and microwave foods, if you're eating prepared, not prepared meals, but just, you have to start reading the nutrition labels. Number one, they there's so much, even in the drinks that we have. I mean, I was like, oh look, an iced tea with ginseng and green tea from Arizona iced tea. That thing had 60 grams of sugar in it, which is, I think, more than your daily value. I mean, it was, I'm sorry, no, 7 Up, 7 Up, 7 Up, which you look at earlier, oh, clear soda, you would think would be more healthier than the brown and black soda. Eh. This bottle, it was a 20-ounce bottle of 7 Up, had 63 grams of sugar. So let me tell you the goods. Let me tell you something positive, okay? So I've flipped my diet. I used to basically eat across the board. I don't want to say garbage across the board, but for the most part, I would eat bad food. And wasn't eating a lot. It was just bad. It was just again the typical American diet, rushed food, whatever. I've now I'm not vegan. I have not changed to vegan. I will never go vegan unless my health requires it, which I don't think it will. But last year, starting around April, maybe May, I actually stopped drinking. Or I started to not drink bad stuff. I never was an alcohol person, luckily. Um, I don't know what's going. Again, I don't know what the issue is, but it all. I believe it either started because I swam. This is where I think the issue started because it was right around the same time because I weighed 215 pounds. Okay, and that's a lot for a guy my height. Okay, so I'm like, all right, wow. Like, first of all, I didn't know because I didn't up to that point. I hadn't stepped on the scale, but I just knew looking in the mirror. I'm like, man, I'm getting way too fat. So I'm like, all right, let me sign up for an indoor pool membership. This happened in February, so right before the crap hit the fan. So February, I get the pool membership. It was at a local college, local community college. I think I paid like $65 for 3 months or something, which is a pretty good deal, I think. So I wanted to go from February until what's that? February, March, April. So like maybe the end of April. So I got it like towards the maybe like the middle of February. Um, but like literally a month later, I couldn't go anymore because that's when everything got shut down. So here my fat ass is. I'm like, I lost a couple pounds already from swimming. My lungs were getting better. The reason I started swimming, number one, the weather was cold. I didn't like walking. I kept walking, but my feet would, my right foot, I had a lot of problems with it. It was just painful. Every step was painful. Um, for number one, I actually hurt my pinky toe one time. I accidentally hit my computer chair wheel, and my pinky went from like right here, and now it extends like this far out. It didn't used to do that as far as I know. Um, so I've had foot pain from that, and also I at one point I didn't buy good shoes, and I remember my right foot hurting even when I was skinnier. Um, so anyway, obviously being fat made that even worse. Made the foot pain even worse. Let me see if I saw somebody write something. By the way, thank you guys for liking the video. Here we go. Uh, I can't read Topa or Toga. I'm sorry, I can't. I think it's Topa. Oh man, I hope you be fine and eat healthy from now on. Yes. So let me get to the positive stuff again. Oh, let me readjust the focus. Okay. So going back to the positive stuff. So because I again I don't know how serious my issue is. It could honestly just be they need to give me antibacterial, or I'm sorry, antibiotic. That's what I meant to say. Antibiotic medicine. Maybe there's just something going on, and it would take care of that. Like I said, I don't think it's cancer. They would have probably told me by now if it was. It's just that I every day I'm feeling pain. You know. So here's the thing. Here's the good news, guys. Okay, so I told you I started. I was 215 last February. 215 pounds last February. So over the course of the spring and summer months, I still didn't get on a scale, but what happened was I was actually helping campaign for somebody who would have been a politician had this individual won. But I was helping them campaign, and a part of the volunteering is you go around and you hand out literature, you knock on doors, you get So I helped this person. Um, I think about maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times a week. So both the weekend days, I think it was usually either like a Wednesday or a Friday. So basically, it was just whenever I had free time, I wasn't getting paid to do this. They were covering my gas expenses. Anyway, long story short, I lost weight from walking. I did probably, I would walk at least 90 minutes a day, which I'm going to estimate is about 3 to 4 miles. Still a lot of pain in my feet, still pain in my knee. Again, my dominant leg is my left leg, and I never had issues with it. But the right side, my right leg, gives me problems for some reason. I don't know if it's like shorter than the other one, or if it's longer than the other one. So I put more weight on it normally. It's a possibility. Anyway, I'm left foot, left leg dominant. Have been since ever I could remember. Um, so anyway, long story short, I got down to about 202 pounds, I want to say. So I'm going to guess around September is when I weighed that much. I should have got a scale. Again, I wasn't really, I mean, obviously I felt like I was losing weight, but that wasn't my goal. But, but I was still eating bad. I was still eating bad. God, up until I want to say I'll just say the end of February this year. And something just clicked in me that said, you know what? I can't keep having this pain. I don't know if losing more weight will get rid of the pain. I just know that something is wrong with me. Uh, I know something's wrong with me. I don't think I know. So anyway, during the month of March, so last month, I went from, I don't know if I was still 200 pounds March 1st, but I was saying, I'll say I was around 198, and I am now, as of what's today, April 11th. So as of April 11th, I'm 188.3 pounds. I weighed myself after I woke up today, which is when you're supposed to weigh yourself. Get up, go to the bathroom, number one or number two, and then weigh yourself, because basically it's when your body has absorbed all the food from the previous day. Because if you weigh yourself at the end of the day, it could be more, it could be less. It just all depends on how much you eat. But how did I lose all that weight? It's really, really simple. I stopped eating garbage food. Okay, for breakfast, number one. For breakfast, I eat multigrain Cheerios and almond milk from a store called Aldi's. I think Aldi's is or Trader Joe's. Basically, it's kind of the same company, but not really. Um, it's called Friendly Farms is the name of their milk. The almond milk. It's not because I'm lactose intolerant, as far as I know, but it's just because cow milk has more calories in it. No pun intended. Um, it's also possibly a little bit healthier. I don't know. Um, but I like almond milk. It doesn't really have much of a taste to it. It's kind of like I don't want to say bland taste, but it's just kind of there. It helps with the cereal, but multigrain Cheerios is a really good cereal. Also Wheaties, but I haven't really had Wheaties in a while. Um, Raisin Bran's another good one, but I mostly just eat multigrain Cheerios. Also, all of these has a double multigrain Cheerio package that's relatively affordable. Um, so that's. Oh, also I usually eat Activia yogurt. I get the multi pack. So Activia yogurt plus cereal is basically my everyday breakfast. Um, and then for lunch, I either get it's always salad with meat. So turkey salad, chicken salad, tuna salad. Um, Trying to think if there's any other ones. Chicken salad. So that basically. Oh, and here's the tip though. So your typical salad only has lettuce in it. Okay. But the place I go to, and I don't know if you have one in your area, because I think this is only on the East Coast, but I might be wrong. Wawa, Wawa, Wawa sells fresh made salads, and I get the lettuce. I get that replaced with spinach. So spinach, and then I get hard-boiled eggs added to it. I get extra meat because lunch needs to be your biggest meal of the day. And then what else? I get rid of the tomatoes and I add carrots and there's one other thing cucumbers. I add that in there too. No matter what the salad is. So usually sometimes I'll get anyway. I don't want to like bore you guys too much with this, but the bottom line is losing weight, which is what I need to do now, is 80% diet. This is what I was told years ago. It's the truth, and I can tell you for a fact because when I was going to the gym back in 2013, I was eating the same thing, but I was working out, and I was gaining more muscle. I don't know if I have too much now. Actually, because I'm losing weight, my arm looks a little bit bigger than it used to. Um, but anyway, the the exercise is great, but you don't really lose that much weight in the trying to think how long I did it. In the amount of time that I exercised and didn't change my diet, I lost about 3 pounds. In 1 month, I've lost, what is that? Basically 10 pounds. A month and a couple days. I lost 10 pounds because I just changed my diet. Also, I forgot to mention, so, and I've did this. I walk at least a mile a day, if not two, if my body can handle it. Just depends on the day, depends on how my ankle and my foot and my knee are feeling. But I try to get the mile in. I would love for them to open that pool up again, but no. So anyway, here's a good thing. Because the warm weather is upon us, I have a couple friends who own pools. I don't own a pool. I wish I did. And they will allow me to swim in their pools. But obviously you can't do that during the winter months. Um, but yeah, that's about it. That's about it on there. And I'm solving that problem every damn day. I tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. I hope they know what the hell's going on with me. But if not, then I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing, and hopefully the weight loss takes care of the problem in the long term. Who knows? Who knows? But I can tell you guys, stop poisoning yourselves right now with all the garbage food that's out there. I'm looking at this table right here and trying to find some stuff. Oh, by the way, I was highly recommended to get these. This is for the fall and winter months. Vitamin D3 supplements, especially, I hate saying it like this, if you are a darker shade, if you have skin color that's a darker shade than white, it's very important that you take vitamin D3 supplements, even more so than a guy like me, because I'm telling you, just taking this stuff will prevent you from a lot of illness, because it has more to do with, well, it has a lot to do with a lot of things, but trust me when I say it, vitamin D3, problem solver. That's what we're talking about, right? Okay, so let me see if anybody had any questions for me. Oh, thank you again for the other likes. Everybody in here has liked the video so far. Okay. Oh, sorry. When I hit the thing that brings the chat up, it messes with the focus. All right. Chill mode says, bro, I hope you are well soon. I know how it feels when it comes to pain. I deal with chronic pain myself. It sucks, man. It really does. And I hope whatever your condition is improves too, if possible. I know for a lot of us, it doesn't go away. Uh, Topa says, good for you, man. I'm glad you did it. Well, thank you. And then I can't. Ed says chocolate. No, chocolate. I actually haven't. I didn't really. Chocolate was not my thing. Here we go. MD for man says, if you are having inflammation issues, you might want to look into a ketogenic diet. The less sugars/carbohydrates you take in, the less inflammation you are likely to experience. That's exactly what I'm doing. Absolutely. But thank you for that advice. Because I'm telling you, if somebody just would have said to me back in 2017, Adam, you're destroying your liver, man. Or you could be destroying your liver. You could be destroying um, there's just so many things that matter to your diet. And because I was okay with getting fat. I mean, I didn't want to get fat, but I was okay being fat. But they just say, oh, you get fat. No, there's so many things that can happen if you do get fat. Why do you think Americans die of heart disease so much? Why, cancers are, they, like I said, I have been straight edge since I was, I've never done drugs. I've never done, um, I rarely drink alcohol, but like I was poisoning myself. I was poisoning myself, and I didn't know the amount of ailments that can come from a bad diet. I know that sounds so ignorant to you guys, and it is. I was ignorant about it. I was very ill informed about what a piss poor diet can do to the body. Okay? And that's why I'm here today to tell you guys out there, especially the younger guys who are still in their 20s, who are maybe I have some teenagers watching this channel. I don't know. But if I can help one person out there to say, you know what? I need to go back and what's it called? The ketogenic diet? Yeah, man, that's what I've been doing without even realizing it. No, I don't. The oh, by the way, there is an important thing to understand. You have to have one day of the week, just one day of the week that you can cheat, that you can eat. I don't want to say go because another thing I eliminated from my diet is fried foods. Um, so all the meat that I eat is grilled or baked or what's another cooking method? I can't think of it. Um, I don't eat. I really try to avoid eating fried foods as much as possible. I actually did it last Monday. I ate some. I ate French fries. Which was my Achilles heel. Sorry, my Achilles heel. Um. Oh, I paid for it. I paid for that. Let me tell you. Um. But anyway, the good thing is, like I said, I'm getting better. I was able to crouch down without killing myself. I can tell you that walking has become easier. By the way, I could. Well, I don't want to do that because I got. um, just oh, I didn't even mention this, and I should because it's very important. Are you guys all right? I'm gonna warn. I'm gonna give you a warning before I start talking about this stuff because it is number one, not made for kids. So if you're under 18, please leave the channel right. Or I'm sorry, please leave the broadcast right now. Please stop watching the video. This is adult content coming up here. Oh, it's funny though. Hold on. MD for Man says, stay away from vegetable and seed-based oils. They are worse than sugar. Really? Omega-3 fatty acids. I'm sorry, acids which seed and vegetable oils are rich in are basically poison. Really? Because I've been eating fish and that's been okay with me. Omega sixes. Oh, okay, that's what I'm about to say. Okay, so omega six. I'm not familiar with omega six, but yes, omega three is the fish. That's why I said that. Well, thank you for the correction because that confused me for a second there. But yeah, okay. Going back to what I wanted to say again. This is not this next section of the video is not made for kids. So if you're a kid, if you're under the age of 18, then please leave the broadcast. Please skip ahead about. I'll probably talk about this for 2 minutes. Okay, are you guys familiar with something called semen retention? Semen retention. So it's this movement of guys. It's called like no fap and um, I don't know what there's other names for it, other cute names for it, but um, so it's about these guys who basically they don't do anything sexual, either with themselves or with other people, and the idea is that it helps boost their testosterone. It helps with things. Let me tell you something. Changing my diet has done more for me than I did. I tried 5 days of that one time. Okay. By the way, you feel how much more energy I have. You feel here I can talk a lot longer without having to take a breath. Now that has to do with exercise, but it has a lot. I'm telling you, when you have that extra fat, think about it. I lost. Let me add it up. 215. All right, so 190 That's 25 pounds. So 27 pounds now. So 27 pounds. I lift my normal my normal dumbbell routine. I by default I have a 25-pound weight on it, and then I add weights. But I have 25-pound weights to do like 10 to 12 reps for like bicep curls and overhead stuff and all that other stuff. So I lost that weight that I normally lose. I'm sorry, that I normally use. That's a lot of weight to be carrying around all day long. You know, and the other thing is when you're sleeping, because I sleep on my side or I sleep on my stomach, your fat pushes in, and guess what's underneath that fat for us men? Most men men have most of their fat storage in their bellies and in their butts. The butt doesn't matter so much because the butt's pressing up against the pelvis, the back of the pelvis bone, obviously. But your stomach, if you sleep on your stomach, your fat is is pushing into your organs, so it's constricting them. And I'm like, well, maybe that's another reason that I'm having issues because I'm a side sleeper. I sleep on my stomach. Maybe my fat was pushing in. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I have a reoccurring pain that happens almost daily, and I'd like it to go away if possible. And hopefully, again, my doctor's appointment will maybe she'll know what the problem is so we can solve it. Because if you don't know what the problem is, you can't solve it. You know, if a math teacher says to you, solve this problem, and you're like, well, what's the problem? And they're like, they just stay silent. You're like, what? So anyway, let me tell you. All right, going back to that, what I said about the sexual health, eating better. Even though I'll just put it this way. Even before I started losing, even like 2 pounds a week or 3 pounds a week, whatever it's been. Even before that, just switching, I would say within 5 days of changing the of what I ate, I had so much more energy, not just up here, but down there as well. And I'm still not anywhere near my healthy weight. I'm gonna say, see, now I have to change the math because I used to say I was 70 pounds overweight. That's not the case anymore. 140. So I'm gonna say like 140, 145 would be my healthy weight. I'm no longer obese, by the way. I was in the obese category for the BMI. Now I'm 90. I'm 29.5, I think. So it's very close to obesity, but I'm just overweight now. But I'm at the high overweight area on the BMI scale. What's it called? The body mass index scale. Um, and it's pretty accurate. So about 140 to 145 would be my healthy weight. So that would put me at so I have 43 to 40, so about 45 pounds to go. Um, yeah, it feels a lot better than saying 70. But again, I'm not anorexic. I'm not throwing up my food. I have to guys, listen to me when I say this, please. Please listen to me when I say this. Do not skip meals. It will mess your metabolism up. I have friends of mine who tried to go on diets and they did not eat anything all day. That messes your metabolism up. You have to eat breakfast. You have to eat lunch. Small-ish dinner. I mean, I still eat a regular sized dinner. I'm gonna say but instead of eating French fries or fried potatoes, now I eat a banana. Now I eat blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. I'm trying to not eat so much fruit, but I'll eat in my they call it the power. Oh, Subway just started doing this. So at Subway, you can now get essentially what was in the footlong sub in what's called a power bowl salad or power bowl something. You can get at Wawa. I'm sorry, not at Wawa. At this local place I go to, they have a power salad, which is broccoli. And by the way, it doesn't taste that bad because you got to remember what I do because I don't like broccoli. I don't like vegetables. But when you combine vegetables with meat, when you combine vegetables with the salad dressing. And by the way, try to be careful about the salad dressing. Ranch dressing's bad. Basically anything creamy. So go with like vinaigrette, go with Italian, go with again anything that's creamy. So the thicker the salad dressing, the more likely it's gonna have a lot of calories. Not that I mean, God, what am I eat? What am I eating now? Like 1,200 calories? I don't know, 1,500 calories. I used to do. Somebody just texted me or something. Oh my goodness! Oh my God! You have no idea. Okay, guys. Okay, you know how I play video games, right? So I used to play a game called Quake. I'm making something called the Quake Archive. Let me try to focus this again. I'm putting together these old Quake demos. They were called demos, but basically I'm capturing these old. Quake was a video game, a very popular computer game. They put it on consoles, but because consoles weren't online when Quake came out, they technically were, but you had to buy accessories. Anyway, Quake was super popular. It was basically the game that put what's called esports on the map. One of the biggest prizes was a Ferrari 1987 Ferrari in 1996. So that was a big deal back then, and now esports is a big thing. Rocket League, uh, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, all these things, may not have existed if Quake hadn't, you know, led the way. Quake was also really cool because it had something called modifications that you could do. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing Quake up is because the message I just saw on my phone is an email from the guy, one of the guys. There was two guys who worked on something called the Clan Ring mod. Now I don't know if the email is positive or negative, but I wanted to interview him, and I'm not going to say his name, but he just emailed me back. Hopefully he wants to do an interview with me because I'm putting together the 4K Quake demo archive, and it would be great to have him be interviewed because I'm going to say 80% of the videos was using the modification that he made along with another guy. So cross your fingers for me that it's a positive email. That is cool because I've not been having a good day, but that's cool. And hey, if he doesn't want to do the interview, that's fine. I'm appreciative that he emailed me back. Um, because I've actually met a few people over the years just having that archive up. So yeah, if you want to check that out, maybe I'll remember to link it below. Anyway, back to just to conclude on the this. So why are these sitting here? Because on my cheat days, I actually don't mind having a candy bar. Because again, you have to give yourself a cheat day. So usually Friday or Saturday is my cheat day. I still will eat healthy for lunch, but dinner is when I go a little wild. I still try to avoid fried foods because I really don't want to have issues. Um, it's just something about fried foods that are not good for your body. I don't know what the food chemistry of that is. I could just tell you based off of anecdotal experience from personal experience that again I was poisoning myself. I was poisoning myself, and I wish I could go back in time and grab myself by the neck and say, Adam, Adam, what the fuck are you doing to yourself? This is what's gonna happen. Anyway, somebody sent me a message. Thank you. Oh, there's 12 people watching now. Thank you all. If you missed it, trees are my favorite vegetable. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Okay. So going back to that, I'm gonna have to give a warning. Let me read the messages. All right. God. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name. Flocky the Ram. The principle behind that is that your body helps solve problems for you in order to help you get a mate to reproduce. Once you have completed the transmission, your body thinks it can just chill. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I mean, I think so. I think that obviously there's issues. So, all I can tell you guys is again, warning, warning, warning. Adult material coming up. Um, Eating better helps your body as a whole, including down their health, including. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Like honestly, I mean, if you think about it, like yeah, like my whole, I lost energy and like this has brought the energy back. I feel like I did in my late 20s. I'll just put it like that, and I still have 45 pounds to go. But I'm telling you guys, just try it. Just try it. Again, oh, Chick-fil-A has awesome salads too. Again, I'm not vegan. I don't even want to tell people what to do. But man, I'm just telling you there's benefits. If you stick to it for a week, you'll understand. And that's all I can say. Um, oh, by the way, I'm going to look into. Apparently, the company that makes Umzu has figured out how to correct balding, but we'll see. I'll be the test subject for that one. um, Sorry, this light is okay. Jason, I can't see what that says. I can't pronounce that. I actually DRV. Sorry. Self help is true wealth. Absolutely. Um, yeah, actually, my state does allow for, I'm not going to say that on here. Yeah, CBD. CBD's expensive. Both of those are kind of expensive, though. Um, oh, yeah, water. I drink water basically every single meal. Thank you for that. And yeah, the Ram mentioned the medical stuff. Thank you all for these. I hope I'm saving the live chat. Um, Metamucil, when used correctly, will help you feel better. But actually, that's what I'm using. That's what I am using. I also got this something called IB Guard, IBGARD. I think it has spelled. I haven't tried it yet. And also, I think I mentioned this last week. Maybe I didn't, but I bought this stuff based off of a YouTube video. Um, so so here I'll just put it on screen so you guys can see it longer. I have not tried this yet, but maybe depending on what the doctor says. She said I could use it, but we don't know what the issue is, or I don't know what the issue is. Proper sleep. You know what? I don't get proper sleep. That's definitely one thing I'm working on. So thank you for bringing that up because that is important. Um, no, when I do my cheat days, I still try to avoid the processed foods. Um, but like I'll eat like a little bit of stuff that's like a little bit bad for me. But yeah, I'll definitely I don't go crazy because that again will mess me up. Here we go. I messed up. I mess up and eat the triple breading chicken sandwich, and it wreaks havoc on my digestion. But the what's that say? The Meta saves the day. What? But eating healthy is important. I wish carbs were not awesome. Hey, I agree with you, man. I Carbs are awesome, and I mean it's like a drug. You get it. They get you addicted on that stuff. Like seriously. Um, yes, Trent Reznor did the Quake soundtrack. That is true. I believe. I think it was a pretty cool soundtrack. It actually, I wish I knew where the CD's floating around Studio A somewhere. The original Quake CD, I still have it, the CD-ROM, and on it is the Quake music. Um, and actually, there's something called the nail gun in Quake, and on the pickups or on the ammunition that you get, it actually has the Nine Inch Nails logo for the nail gun. It's pretty cool. So. Um, yeah, I don't think he worked on Quake 2 though. And I stopped gaming around when Quake 3 Arena came out. I pretty much stopped gaming like a year after that came out. I stopped gaming throughout college, and then once the Xbox 360 actually no, once Rock Band came out. Speaking of which, you guys can see. Well, no, that's right. Yeah, this is the Xbox version. You can't. Hold on, let me angle it down. So behind my chair, and I have not used these in a while, is it's the Rock Band 2 or Rock Band 3. Electronic, like it's like the premium drums, and I could sell these for what I bought them, because number one, they don't make them anymore. Number two, they've held up, but I'm not gonna sell it because I enjoy. Do I have like a? It's weird. Anyway, um, yeah. So I just wanted to tell you guys, like, health is number one. So back to the problem solving stuff. I wanted to say this, because this goes back to the next topic I wanted to kind of talk about, which is financial health. The American diet is bad, and so is the American education system, insofar as financial literacy. And financial literacy is something that I don't want to say struggled with, but I didn't fully understand things like investing. I didn't fully understand. And I don't think a lot of people don't fully understand. They know a little bit about investing. They know a little bit about um, these different things, but I think a lot of people. My advice: find talk to older people that you know, be they family, be they friends. Excuse me, I'm burping now. That's another one of my issues. I have a lot of I burp a lot. um, anyway, so the financial advisors of your friends and family, people that they can trust, because it took me a while to find a good dentist. It's hard to find people you can trust and who aren't just trying to make money off of you. Um, but get a good financial advisor. They're not cheap, but if you're going to think about it this way, um, you either pay now or you pay later, and you're going to pay a lot more later if you wait. So get the financial advisor. I would recommend somebody who's not, no offense to young people, unless they are legitimately wealthy. And but I don't trust financial advisors under the age of 50, or maybe 40 ish, 45, somewhere around there. I need to know somebody who I need somebody who has been around the block. I need to know somebody who knows their stuff. Bottom line. But I've started actually looking more into it. I know I was aware of a website called Morningstar. I'm aware of Motley Fool. Um, I think there's like CNBC, things like that. But I think Morningstar is probably the mornings between Morningstar and what's the other one? Uh, well, it's Motley Fool, but it's fool.com, FOOL.com. I can't think of it. Oh, Achieving Alpha or something like that. That's the one I haven't really looked into that much. Um, but all these websites will help you with investing, because I, I don't I don't trust other people to invest my money. I need to be in control of that. I need to know, like, I mean, man, obviously, hindsight's 2020, but I kind of thought about putting money into GameStop, and then I'm like, but who would have thought that what happened did? Um, and also, I was aware of Bitcoin back in 2011 because oh God, how do I say this? The radio shows I listened to and the podcasts that I listened to were sponsored by people who had Bitcoin companies, such as Coinbase and things like that. And I was aware of Bitcoin back when it was under $1. Never thought to get into it because, I mean, honestly, like, you couldn't really do much other than, hey, here's my money. Like, I never thought Bitcoin would blow up like it did. That's the thing. That's why the stock market is similar to gambling. Something actually, it's basically legalized gambling. Uh, but financial literacy, financial health is definitely as important, because, as I always say, money makes shit happen. And I think there's a guy named, I don't know how to say his last name, Gary V. Now this guy, he uses a lot of foul language in his videos, but let me tell you, the guy does say some obvious sometimes, but he does say important things. Reiterating the obvious sometimes is very beneficial. I do it here on this channel. What I always say: gain stage properly. Um, monitoring, making sure your monitoring is accurate. And there is really no accurate, but I try. I really think Acustica Sienna is a very important plugin nowadays, along with still SonarWorks Reference and ARC from IK Multimedia. So it's always important to reiterate the basics, because if you don't get that down, you can't achieve what others before you have been able to achieve, and you'll always be running in circles. And I hate wasting time. I don't know anybody who likes wasting time. People waste time. I don't know people who like to waste it, especially when they're trying to get a job done, when they're trying to solve a problem. See? See what I did there? Anyway, speaking of solving problems, these glasses allow me to see clearer. It's pretty cool, right? Um, anyway, yeah, so this is what's sitting by me. I got some Deer Park spring water. That's some good stuff. By the way, here's a really weird thing. So I had this box of Claritin, and I don't know if it's because I'm eating better or what, but look how many of these I have left. Two, I think. I have not used Claritin, and I don't know if eating better helps with allergies. I don't know. I do not know, but I have not needed allergy medicine so far, and the trees are pollinating, or they're spreading the pollen around. So I don't know. I just know that ever since I've 180'd my diet. We'll call it that, 180 your diet, hashtag 180 your diet. Um, Things have improved. So I'm just really trying to get all my shit together. I'm not 100% there. But it's all about putting in the research and then doing it. Because nobody else will care more about you than you. So be selfish. Screw all these people um, who say put others before you. You can do that, by the way. You can put others before you, but you have to look out for number one, and you cannot ever lose yourself as the priority, because I've seen it happen to other people. They've started helping other people, they've worried about other people, and their selves have suffered. Okay? And then these same people who are super nice, and they just, I mean, I feel bad for them, because they have not been selfish. People end up making fun of them. Uh, they people lose respect for them, and it's like, wait a minute, this person is they've put themselves before others. But you have to understand all these stories about these great civil leaders, and these different, like Gandhi, for example. Gandhi wasn't able to do anything without money, and also there was a lot of other people who were like Gandhi. We only know about him. I don't know why, but certain people get written about in the history books, and they become famous. Who knows why? But the bottom line is, especially nowadays, I'm really concerned with all the bailouts. I'm really concerned with the unemployment, and just people relying on other people, and I'm specifically referring to the government. You should never rely on the government or other people as much as you can. Now, if you get injured, if you get sick, it's a whole other story, and I'm not referring to you. I'm talking about if you're an able-bodied person, you need to number one, value your time. And I really think a lot of things could change, number one, if we were able to stop inflation, which unfortunately we really can't. The inflation is the hidden tax, and we're about to really get screwed. I was looking. I just not rented. I was about to say rent it. This is the movie I just. This is the movie I just bought. I actually bought this at the dollar store. They had it. It's about Steve Jobs and Apple. And I'm not an Apple user. I actually don't really like Apple computers that much. But I do like the story about entrepreneurs. I do like the story about how businesses came to be. And in that, now obviously it's a fiction. It's based on a true story. It's not 100% true. But what is true is the Apple II computer. This is the point I'm getting at. The Apple II computer cost about $1,500 back in 1977. Uh, Guess what that's equal to in today's money, in 2019 money, not 2021 money, 2019. In 2019 money, according to Wikipedia, that is about $5,200. So $5,200. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling how much our money has been, and it's our money. If you live in the United States, it is our money. But they are spending it like freaking drunken sailors in a brothel. Bottom line, I'm sick and tired of it. If we need to be able to stop it, we need to be able to stop it, guys. But anyway, I'm talking about way too much stuff here. Let me let me go through the messages. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. There we go. Okay, the guys were talking about Quake. Well, thank you, the Ram. He said, "I love the channel. Keep your pimp arm strong." Thanks, man. Um, Kilo Mandarin said, "All good. You got the important bit right. That he did one of them. Yep. He was going to do Doom 3. Oh, really? But it never worked out. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kia. Is it Kilo Mandarin? I keep wanting to say Kia. You're looking awesome, by the way, Adam. Thank you. I have a lot more to go, man. If you go back to the 2011 videos, I was definitely a lot skinnier. I think I weighed 160. I think I weighed 160 something back in 2011. All right. Sourdough bread is the way to go. I'll check that out. I don't know what that I know, I mean I've heard that before, but I don't think I've eaten sourdough bread. Garlic I also heard is good. I don't know if it's garlic bread or what. Fresh fruits, the bee is saying this. Fresh fruits and veggies too, your palate will change. Yeah, I have to say that I have to reiterate that. So because I went from eating processed foods like I have to have a lot of sugar, you will have about 2 days of I'll just call it food withdrawal, where you feel tired for about 2 days. And I'm not gonna say it hit me that hard because again I stopped drinking soda, so that hurt me a little bit there. Um, but once I would say yeah, I would say it took about 5 6 days before I'm like, oh, these vegetables don't taste as bad. um, I actually took to eating what's it called? Sorry, losing my train of thought now. Um, Spinach. I took to eating spinach. Spinach wasn't that bad. Like I didn't like spinach, but like I don't know if it was just like a mind thing or what. But I actually really like spinach now. I even eat the stems. I don't know if you're supposed to eat the stems or not, but I do. Um, awesome subject, financial education. So many people. Sorry, that was a Kilo saying this. Awesome subject, financial education. So many people I know, including myself, have had trouble with money. Now I just live within my means. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Let me tell you something. I have people in my neighborhood who make six figures, okay? And they are living within their means. They could afford a mansion if they wanted to, but instead of having a 30-year loan, they went with a 10-year loan. Smart mofos right there. Absolutely. Um, GME, I put money in it. I've got it. I've got it invested. Yeah, GME is GameStop, I think, right? Or is it something else? BAT is good. Here's another stock thing. BAT is good because you earn it for free, and in less than a year, it's skyrocketed from 20 cents to $2. Wow. Achieving Alpha, there we go, is actually good. Invest in Vanguard ETFs. Yes, actually, hey, another financial person to listen to. This is going to sound, his name is Tom Likas, okay? Now, normally he talks about relationship advice, but he also, every Monday, he has something called Money Mondays, and you have to pay for his podcast. Now, you didn't used to have to, but it's premiumtom.com. I'll say that again, premiumtom.com. He has Money Mondays. I think it's $10 a month to subscribe, but it's well worth it. Yeah. So again, Tom Likas, his last name is spelled Leykis. I've been listening to him since I was like 19 years old. Yeah, he's mentioned the Vanguard stuff before. Gain stage your diet. Ah, I love it. Gain stage your GI tract. Um, I love it, man. Who said that? Jason D said that. I haven't had a soda or a piece of candy in 3 years. Thank you. That's the Sonic Solution. Hey, good seeing you, Sonic Solution. Um, okay, I'm caught up on the chat messages now. So he said the Sonic Solution says the want for it never goes away, but the fear of being a slave to it doesn't either. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think money is the root of all evil. I think greed is. People being greedy. I mean, I'll just put it this way. Uh, One of the first things I thought of when I was, when they had those like $1 billion Powerballs, I was like, man, how would I spend like $23 million a year? Because I would take the 20-year option. I know I'm an idiot for saying that, but whatever. Well, then again, somebody did say it's better to take the lump sum because of inflation, and also you might die. And if you die, I don't think your money. I don't think you're. I have to look into the legalities of that. But anyway, I was like, man, one of the first things I was going to do was basically give all my friends good jobs, because I have a lot of ideas. I just don't have the money to execute them. And I'm sure you guys out there who are creatives like me, or even just technical people, we all have good ideas. We just don't have the money to make them happen. So you have to like kind of say, what can I do? What can I afford? And if I can't afford something, can I save money up to get to that point? Unfortunately, the biggest problem we have right now is just the basics cost too much. The cost of living, the cost to put food on the table, the cost to travel. Oh my goodness, gas prices are going up again. Diesel used to be cheaper than regular unleaded. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in the year 2003, they really heavily regulated diesel fuel, which then drove the price up for every single good and service out there. Diesel used to be cheaper than regular unleaded. It did. And it's not anymore. I think it costs as much as mid grade or a little bit higher. I mean, and I get it, like they wanted to help save the environment, but man, like it's just so anyway, um man, it's just I it's a shame. It's a shame that things have gotten to this point where we have just people people can't even live paycheck to paycheck anymore. One of the things I remember hearing, and maybe I'll end up doing this myself. Um, they said buy a house and then rent out the first and second floor. Live in the basement. So get a house that has a basement exit so that you can move yourself into the basement. You're the homeowner living in the basement, but you rent out the floors above because those floors rent for a higher price. So the idea is that you're renting and you're paying a part of, or maybe even the full mortgage, but at least a part of the mortgage just by having tenants. Now, the state I live in, unfortunately, has very strict landlord laws, so much so that it's very hard to evict people. And actually, right now, because of the you know what, um, you cannot evict people. I have a friend who owns 6 properties. He has 4 tenants living, so 4 different properties are rented out. He lives in one, and the fifth one he has a family member living in, and this individual cannot evict people who have not paid their rent since last April. So we have a major financial issue coming on. It's actually happening as I speak. It's not good. And I'm sorry that I keep saying but my mind is racing just trying to think about all the stuff that I want to get out. But it's been over an hour, guys. I want to thank you for joining in, and listening to me. And I enjoyed reading your chat messages. This was a very lively live stream. So I'll read a few more comments here. Um, Man, this chat is super wholesome. I'm loving it. And I also quit soda and I can't really drink anything but Pepsi Max every so often. Full sugar drinks make me literally sick. Yeah, that was Kilo saying that. And then and then the Sonic solution. Sorry, am I saying, yeah, the Sonic solution? I wasn't talking about money. I was talking about the sugar. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, look, I'll just put it this way. I've procrastinated. I'm one of the worst procrastinators. I just am, and I have to admit that I have that problem. I'm in what do they call it? Procrastinators Anonymous. So I'm in PA, not Pennsylvania, not production assistant. Um, I'm in Procrastinators Anonymous, but I'm changing that. And I really think, once you start changing one thing in your life, there's a snowball effect. You're like, oh, I can change other things in my life, including procrastinating. But unfortunately, I'm waiting to wait, um, which doesn't bode well. And one of the things I wait on doing a lot of times is invoicing people. That's not a good thing. But anyway, I remember the day my aunt said if gas finally goes over $1, she's getting a bike, and that was just barely the '90s then. Yeah, yep. I miss a strong America. So do I, man. So do I. And I don't. speaking of speaking of testosterone, so they've I don't want to put any credence into this, but they say that the amount of soy content in a lot of foods, and also maybe high fructose corn syrup, has lowered the testosterone levels. It's a possibility. I'm telling you guys. Like, I mean, I don't know if T levels can be modified with just diet, but I really believe a lot of our issues, a lot of our problems are from just, I mean, there's so many things you can eat. It's so hard to choose the wrong. I'm sorry. It's so easy to choose the wrong things to eat. Um, but I will look into the keto. I believe is it the keto diet? Um, but yeah, basically what I said to myself is like, what could cavemen eat, and I'm gonna eat that. So I'm eating what people who on a deserted island could eat if they had a bunch of chickens and turkeys walking around the island. I guess you could eat insects if you really had to. Fish. So basically anything a caveman can eat, that's what I'm eating. I'm drinking water. Again, water is a big. You could easily add 600 to 1,000 calories to your diet every day by drinking bad stuff. So, how come the thumbs up went down? I had 10 thumbs up. Did somebody remove their thumbs up? Okay, so let me wrap this up by talking about audio engineering to get back to what this channel is all about. It's not about food, but if you don't have your health, you can't do much. You can't be doing too much audio engineering. You're bending over and you're hurting yourself just by bending over because you got too much fat in your stomach, and that's why a lot of people have lower back pain, because guess what's the opposite of the lower back? The stomach. Um, Plans for this channel. It's really simple. I've been watching this YouTube channel, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but if I remember to link it below, I will. Annie something, and Annie something has a ridiculously amount of good YouTube tips, and basically I've forgotten the core audience of this channel. And I know I kind of did it in this broadcast, but not, you got to understand that the Sunday streams are a combination of audio engineering and just allowing me to get stuff off my chest. Not that I just wasn't on the phone with somebody for a half hour before I started doing this, but anyway, um, this is good, and I hope I help some of you guys out there, because it's not just for me either. If I can, like I said earlier, if I can help just one person, it's worth it. It's worth it for me talking for an hour and 10 minutes about about this topic. Um, Ouch! Just felt some pain, some a little bit of a sharp pain there. Um, but anyway, what I want to say. Okay, so real home recording. So first of all, I need to go through the channel. I need to delete more videos that just were either off topic or just, they were duds. So I want to get rid of some of the stuff, put it on the second channel because that's cool to have it there. The main thing I want to do, number one, the videos I need to get to the point a lot quicker. I have started doing that. It's a challenge for me because there's just so much to talk about, and I'm like, all right. So my solution to that was I'm going to have on this channel it will be getting to the point, and then the second channel I will have basically the classic real home recording style where I prattle a little bit. I'm a little bit more a lot of bit more verbose. Okay. Um, so I have two versions of the same video, one with more elaboration, we'll say. And I think that'll be beneficial. Also, sticking to the core of this channel, uh, what I'll do is instead of just doing a review of a plugin, I'll say mixing guitars with, uh, for example, okay, mixing drums with Acoustic Audio Pink, or mastering audio with, I don't want to say Acoustica again, mastering pop music with whatever, and I'll have examples of these plugins or whatever. I really kind of want to just, I don't know. There's new stuff, and I don't always want to talk about the new stuff. So I'll talk about stuff that I use. I'll talk about some of the newer stuff. The thing is, the newer stuff is what there's more people are searching for, but I really want to just do essentially a combination of a review and a tutorial in the same video. Um, and also I can do that with hardware. So, recording country music with the Shure SM7B, or recording pop vocals with the Shure SM7B, or whatever the case may be. So that's really about it, guys. I don't have anything else to say. I want to again thank you all for having a lively chat. It helps pass the hour. That's why I went over an hour this time. So thank you all again for that. And I'll read the last bit of comments, and I'm going to call this one a day or a night. I have seen that kind. Hold up. I've seen that kind of situation go really wrong. Look up Sunny Days. He's currently got 2 homes, and one isn't paying rent and refuses to leave. Not a good time to be a landlord in the USA. Yep. Yeah. Especially in New York City. Well, don't get me started on that. If you're not making a fool of yourself as much as possible, you're putting your faith in the hands of the corporations. I'm sorry, if you're not making food yourself as much as possible, you're putting your faith in the hands of corporations who don't know you and have no investment in making you healthier. It is for profit first. Yep. Is it wrong for me to engineer and master my tracks when I'm primarily a producer? Am I doing too much? Only if you feel like it's overwhelming. And also, I've always said, my advice to everybody out there is to spend the least amount of money as possible to make your music. And then if you end up getting an audience, if you end up making money from your music, then you can, depending on how much you make, you can either put that in the bank or buy stuff or pay people to do what you may not have the most fun doing. But if you're an independent musician, it just really depends. Like, I mean, if you have a good income and time is money. And there was a good video about this on another guy's channel, but basically people were making fun of him because he paid other people to cut his grass, even though he was only in his 30s. And what he said is number one, I'm keeping the economy going. So yes, I do pay people to cut my grass. Yes, I do pay people to shovel my snow. But you know what? It does two things. It saves me time, and it saves me from hurting myself. If I hurt myself by cutting the grass, or I hurt myself by by shoveling snow, which is I don't want to say backbreaking, but it can be backbreaking if you have a big yard or a lot of a sidewalk or a big driveway. So pay somebody who's stronger, pay somebody who's younger than you to do that. You're keeping the economy going, and it saves you from bad health, and it saves you time as well. And you could be, you could, if you're in the middle of doing something, like I said to somebody, like I can't be on the phone if I'm in the middle of doing video editing or photo editing. Like it takes away time from me doing that. So having a salesperson helps tremendously in that regard. And also a salesperson, that's a marketing person as well. You'll start looking like Chris Lord Algae. I don't know what that means. Um, and then somebody said, "Nah, Jason, that's totally." Kilo said, "Nah, Jason, that's totally fine. Work with what you had, but you should always let production be your main thing, if possible, and consider outsourcing mixing and mastering to someone you trust for networking." Yes, networking helps. Just like DMX said, if you reach one person, then you have done your job. Heck yeah, man. By the way, rest in peace, DMX. I think I brought him up in previous videos, but I really enjoyed his I don't want to say his earlier stuff, but his stuff that was the mainstream stuff. Rough Riders Anthem, um, obviously what's, oh my god, I can't think of the one. Um, X gonna give it to you. Oh my god. X gonna give it to you. That was actually, I think, was that like 2003. So this is stuff I listened to. I don't want to date myself, um, but this is stuff I listened to when I was younger, obviously, and it was stuff you like to blast when you were driving around. So yeah, DMX, man, that guy had such passion for his music, and I always tell people, like, if you're not putting 100% into it, be inspired by DMX. Hey Adam, have you considered working with someone to help the channel achieve its goals? An example would be an editor who understands your channel and helps you do the creation, and they soak up the grunt work, letting you think more. Unfortunately, I'm not at that point. But if these videos that I end up putting out in the near future are successful, then I'll consider it. It just all depends on the budget. And unfortunately, right now, I can't justify hiring somebody else. I could do a split profit thing. I could do something like that, but I couldn't outright pay somebody that I wouldn't want to pay somebody what I don't think that they're what I think that they're worth. So I would hate to basically pay somebody slave wages essentially. So I'd rather do that myself. And there we go. Thanks for reading my walls of text, Adam. I don't know, you Ripa. I don't know what that means. Hope to catch you next time. Well, thank you again. Thank you guys. It's a journey, as we say. So that's about it. Again, if you didn't see what I said earlier, it could be very important advice, or not necessarily advice, but just information. And also take breaks on the computer, or you'll end up like me, where you can't see, like like this is sharp. This is sharp. Yeah, if I could go back in time, I would tell myself every hour take a break from the computer. Give your eyes a rest. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you all again. And now I need to figure out, is it the X button? X gonna give it to me? Is the X gonna give it to me? I think it will. Ready? 1, 2, 3.